Let's go. Let's try and finish this Magrit AI thing. So then we can make a proper tutorial out of it. Because this is not a tutorial, this is just us messing about. And trying to fix it. So, what we got so far? We got this Magrit enemy. Does a little jumpy backwards to avoid. And then he'll do a proper attack and a heavy attack as well. And then jumps back, throws his little dagger. And then he comes towards us. He needs to come towards us in a bit more of an angry way. Right now he's got his little strut going on, which is a bit weird. Angry attack. If we get behind him, he should do a spin attack. A spin attack. And then if we get from a far distance away, we should just do like a, there we go, like a gap closer. Why is he moonwalking? Because I've not set up strafe. He's trying to walk forwards to walk sideways. So his animation blueprint is whack. But let me see if I can show you. Base enemy. Yeah, he's just got a normal animation blueprint of the money. So here in this anim graph, in the locomotion, yeah, he's just got forward, so he doesn't actually know that he needs to walk to the sides. But that's fine. This might be just a day of, well, I say a day, an hour or two of making it look fancier, like getting a new enemy. Should we get a new enemy? Do we want to look at money, or shall we actually take a look at the fab store and see if there's a cool boss enemy? What have I got inside my shop? 3D. I have 337 characters. God, that is a lot. Are any of them good though for what I need? I don't really want to fight a horse. This werewolf might be the best option for us. Animals are really hard to like, or maybe this lizardman berserker. What's this guy like? This guy's cool. Is he rigged to the epic skeleton? Yes. This guy might be the guy. What are you thinking? Do we like this guy, or do we like this lizard man? Or do we just stick with putting in a paragon character so that we can have something? I'm kind of, yeah, I'm just getting a bit bored of looking at the money skeleton. This is rigged as well, so we can just drop this in. This one might be cool. Got options. We got options. Andrew Benjamin, how are you? Are you well? I hope you're alright. Let's see what else. Just make it this. Is that just a... Sir Madness, how are you today? Are you well? Thank you very much for the kind words, my friend. I appreciate it. Mikhail, mate, you doing alright? I don't think I can put a Magnemite in as the enemy boss, because Nintendo, they might get me. I don't even know why I'm looking, because when I do a tutorial, I have to be using a free character, but I just think I'm a bit bored of looking at the character that I've got. So I'm having a 2-second distraction before I actually finish working on this AI stuff. Can't use a dinosaur because can't use a dinosaur. The capsules are all weird on dinosaurs. So bad to use. Oh yeah, I can show you what will happen right now. So you have to use your imagination a little bit because it's just a prototype. So we've walked into the boss arena. He's doing his like combos. He's jumped back to get distance. He throws a dagger, which we've not programmed fully yet. And then base attack, heavy attack, get behind him, does a spin attack. Yeah, if I get a distance from him, he will do a. Oh, not doing it now. He should do a distance-based attack. There we go. Distance-based attack. He's got a phase 2 set up, and if he dies, all of this stops as well. So it's nearly there, and yeah, it's nearly there. It just needs that final like little bit of polish. It needs it needs a sword, but again, I'm just a bit like that character's a bit boring. I'm not against AI. I'm not against it. I think there's a time and a place for it, and like my blooming essay that I is due in February is on logistic regression algorithms and all sorts. Like it's all about AI, but I don't feel like it should be used to like replace certain things. It's a difficult conversation. And I think if you are going to use it, you shouldn't claim that it's you. Like you should be honest about it. This Demon Warrior? I've had this one for ages. Right, okay, let's get some shortlists going. So we got Demon Lord. Can I do a poll? Oh, I can do a poll. Enemy AI model. Demon Lord. The Lizard Man. In fact, I want to call this the Fat Demon. What other ones was there? Was there another one that we were after? Let's see. These infinite. I mean, I've got all these Paragon ones. The Paragon ones will probably be the ones I use for the tutorials, just so that everyone can get them. But it's fun just to mess with characters that I haven't actually used. Right, there we go. 3 options. I'll let you lot decide. And then for our character, for the player character, let's do. Where is it? I've lost it. There was an elf warrior that I like the look of. It was for free for a little while ago. I've completely lost it. we could become the lizard man ourselves and fight the demon. There he is. Elf Arden. This guy's cool. We're gonna grab this guy. And then we're gonna wait 2 minutes until the poll finishes. I mean, it's already got 3 votes for Fat Demon. We'll get Fat Demon. Where's Fat Demon? Deal with you in a sec. Demon Lord 2. Fat Demon. Let's go. Future tutorial, you just put part in Mega Jam. Sweet, how was that? Using it, animal as player. Ah, man, animals, there's so many problems with animals that they're just so annoying. The main one is the capsules. Like the actual capsule just doesn't cover the animal properly. And then, yeah, motion matching's hard with animals. IK's hard with animals as well, like inverse kinematics. Just because of the amount of legs. Man, people wanted the skinny demon as well. Fair. Might have to make a second enemy AI for the skinny demon. Right, Fat Lizard Man, let's go. What's his animations like? He comes with some more attacks. These attacks might actually be decent. He has walking, which is cool. Right, base enemy. Let's find his skeleton. Number C. Thought this was rigged. It said that it was rigged. Why is it lying? That doesn't seem rigged. Okay, right, well, let's do something. But if it's rigged, it shouldn't need an AVP because it should be able to use all of these animations, which is why I only ever chose the rigged ones. Let's just test the theory. Demon Lord, a skeleton. AVP. Demon Lord. Bit big, don't it? Capsule. The fat demon. It's the Z that needs to be 5. And then this needs to be 0.2. 5 might be a bit much. Need it to be in this capsule a bit. Alright, you know what? That seems like a problem for another day, because I just want to crack on. Okay, let's quickly make up an ABP. Let's grab ABP money, do this, do this, and grab all this. Where did it put you, Mr. Demon Lord? Try not to cover basic stuff too much. Like I've done basic stuff like health bars and stuff like that. But try and do them in a bit of a different way than what I see. That's not to say that I don't think other creators are bad or anything. I don't have a bad thing to say about any creators at all. I think the more videos that are available for people, the better it is for everyone. And that's all I care about. Don't need this control rig. Main states. I haven't actually got a jump. Has this guy got a jump? Lots of idols. Taking damage. Walk left, walk right. Got run forward and attack, but he's not got a jump. hate having to like remake state machines. And I just, this is why I like to use like a master state machine. Cool. So I can get rid of that. That's really boring. I don't like that. So he's got 3 idols. He's never going to be idle. What's his idle 2? Idle 1 is definitely better than all the others. Yeah, look at that. Good shout. Good shout, mate. There we go. Right, let's see what base enemy looks like when we put in a proper... There we go. Oh, you know what? I might actually be an idiot. This guy isn't even base enemy. This is BP Marge. I don't want to get sued. Let's change him to the Demon Lord. Mate, I tried to rip the character model. Like I tried to fully rip the model and the animations from Elden Ring, and I found that really difficult. There we go. How does that guy work? Well, first off, it's the minion version. Like, this is hilarious. We'll obviously need to retarget these animations. But it does look slightly better. I'm happy with the progress. Let's quickly retarget these animations. Because as hilarious as that looks, it's probably not the one. I want all of those. Retarget animations. It's a feature. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Mr. Demon Lord. And I only kind of want the ones I want to use. So this one, this one, this one, this one. And then where's my demon? Demon Lord 2 animations. I export them here. Export. Sweet. Okay. In UE4? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. If behavior trees are in UE4, then yeah, you should be fine. If they were not in UE4, then no. Did I just put the same combo? I did just put the same combo. 0103. Okay. So we got some of these sorted. I mean, it's about proving it though, right? It's about, can I prove that you've ripped off my animation? And how bad is it that it's been done? Do you know what I mean? If we're talking like for like, and it's so obvious, so in the case of, let's say, like Millennia's sword dance is pretty iconic, right? Well, then, yeah, you're probably going to get a slap on the wrist or told off, or someone's going to notice it. But yeah, it's hard to prove that you didn't make that animation yourself. But even if you did make it yourself, then you're still running into the, is it a complete ripoff? So it's a difficult one. It's that whole power wheeled like argument, like when can Pokemon say that it's Pokemon and stuff? I haven't used anything to rip anything. These animations and model aren't from Elden Ring at all. I tried to rip some, but I failed miserably. Probably for a good reason as well, though. If I start going, here's the tutorial, but first rip all these animations from Elden Ring, I can see that I'll get in trouble. Right, sword slash B2. Okay, that's not what I want. There is the sword slash. There we go. Sword slash, sword stab. Spin attack is the last one. Well, so far this has been a super boring stream because I'm just retargeting animations and finding in characters, so I do apologize. Oh, I think I already did the dodge. There we go. Right, this guy should look much better now. You what? Demon Lord. Demon Lord. Where's the blend space? Blend space. Are me and Clyde the same person? No. Not the... What's a cadence? No, we're not the same person, but I'll take that as a compliment. I like Clyde. Sound guy as well. Like, obviously, you see people in their like online persona, like me as well. But yeah, Clyde is a sound guy. Give me some advice, like help me out on like YouTube stuff. But yeah, sound guy. Ali as well. Ali, I'm gonna butcher his second name. El Zahiri, like one of the soundest people you've ever met. Right, there we go. Now he's doing yeah, work it, dude. On that little catwalk. Sorry, distracted. We're gonna fix the strafe now as well. Yeah, that's looking better. We like it. We like it. We think me and Clyde have a similar voice. That is interesting. Would it be possible to give a player a jetpack and let another player control vertical and then another horizontal, or would delay be an issue. That sounds like a pain in the butt. Okay, so what are we talking, 3 players or are we talking 2 players? That's the name of the game. Like, is it 1 player, 2 player, or 3? If it's 2 players, so like the player in the jetpack controls how much they go up, and then a second player controls how much they go left and right, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. 3 players, it shouldn't be that much of an issue because you can just add. Okay, so no inputs on there, and then the other 2 have inputs. Yeah, because you can just add a different input mapping context that only works on jetpack. So yeah, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. You'd have to pass the details to the other players. I was doing something. What was I doing? This blend space. Oh, it's the wrong blend space. Pain in the ass. Animation. Blend space. G button. Right, how fast can this guy move? Elden Ring characters move like super slowly, right? Horizontal is the speed. I've got that wrong. That's the direction. So this is minus 180. 180. Then this is the speed, which is like 250. Let's go idles. Idle on each of these. And then walk back on each side. Walk forward in the middle. I always get these left and rights mixed up, like, pretty sure that's right. If not, we might need to change it. Demon Lord. And then we want direction. Remote variable. One for get direction. Get direction. Calculate direction. Calculate direction. I don't think it matters which one I choose. Got our velocity already. Get control. Rotation. Yep, character rotation. Get control rotation. There we go. And then this is our direction. And that should already be plugged into our blend space. And now you angry boy. That is better. Although his walk speed is still too quick. But I think that's more to do with the fact I've set it to 250 in the behavior tree. Let's find the behavior tree. Because this, why am I not using Gasp? Firstly, this is 5.4, and Gasp in 5.4 is horrible, personally, in my opinion. And secondly, this is for my personal project. So like, we're making the boss AI here, and I'll do a tutorial on it, but I'm going to use this myself. This isn't just made for like a tutorial. This is because I want to do it, which is why I'm not explaining hardly anything. So I'm making it work, and then I'll come back for it, and I'll like fix the stuff where it went wrong, and like people will get the proper sequence of events sort of thing. No, no, what the walk speed is 5. What did I set it to in the blend space? This is still like moving too quickly. 250. Well, that would explain why it's gone piton. Speed. Let's put it at 125. $150, and then I can just shift it back up here. Does this look better? Whoa, loads better. The speed kind of matches, although that little bunny hole there is a bit weird. Spin attack, nice. Distance attack, nice. That animation that grabbed the sword just then, that actually works, which I thought, like, that's cool, like, that's close. Nice, okay. That's an improvement on what we had before. I like it. We'll do the same for our guy. You know, one thing I really dislike, just a personal pet peeve. You know how I've got all of these SKM monies, right? But they're all from different things. Like, if you're doing an asset or something, label your skeleton different, please. Like, so this one's from game RHS, which is Replicated Health System, which is on Epic. Like, it's so annoying because now I've got to find the right SKM mannequin. It's just a pet peeve. These animation assets here, they're labeled nicely, so I know which ones those are from, which is cool. SK Elf Arden, that's the one that I want. And I want this guy to be money, but also we're just gonna then do retarget as well, so that it all looks nice. Elf Arden, AVP money, export animations. Stick it in the Elf Arden file. And then change its name. AVP money elf. This guy already come with an AVP. Have I gone nuts? It does already come with an AVP. Is this AVP any good? It's going to the wrong. Like, it doesn't need to go here. Alright, that'll do it. What? Got a bit of a game going on here, lads and ladies. Right. Cool. Right. Let's see what's going on. Can I use blend spacers in gas to regulate a new guard walking velocity using motion matching? You can use blend spacers to fill the gaps for motion matching. Yes. The word regulate might be throwing me off. But you can set up a normal blend space as we have done and shove it into a post search database, and it will use that inside the chooser and inside the PSD. Yeah. You could also just do a layered blend per ball and swap between blend spaces and choosers. So it depends on the way that you like want to do it. Yeah. Let's go. Shall we go on another adventure? Let's go on a little sidetrack. And we shall show. Just while I'm thinking about what I need to do here. This is my Elden Ring gameplay that I had to record because I didn't want to get copyright struck. This is like me on beginner 2 or whatever it is, the second playthrough. So I know what's going on. Because he doesn't have cooldowns on his attacks. Like, we've got the jump back there that you've just seen. But then he does like a weird walk around, and then he throws a dagger. So is the dagger attack on a cooldown? We still need to put in this jump attack. We've got this spin attack for when we get behind him. That's pretty regular. Like, you get behind him, he does the spin attack. So we've got that. We've got these little combos going off. But it's hard. It's not really sequenced too well. Depends what you mean. Right. ABP sandbox character. You would have your own little sandbox character. So this blend space here is for the lean in of the body, so like when you're moving and stuff. There's a blend poses by ball here, and this blend space is for your head, like where your head moves stuff. But you could just do the same thing here. So we could do a layered blend per bone into a state machine. And then you'd have your blend space here. And you just split it down, like off the spine and stuff. So his legs would be doing the sideways movement, and his body would be doing the motion matching stuff. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is, and this is where you'll see how much editing I do on my videos, because I don't remember where the heck these animations are stored. Motion matching data, post search databases, dense. That's how I feel, dense, yes. Stand runs. Run loops. Open up PSD. You could also put a blend space inside here, so we can add, and there's the option for blend space. So, and then you can add a blend space in here as well. So there's that option too. And that should, because then a blend space blends animation, it's sort of in their name, right? So if you had just 4-way locomotion, it should blend it so you could be able to get 8-way locomotion as well. So you can add it here too. There you go. Nice little sidetrack mission. Mission completed. Need to get like a soundboard where I can play like the GTA Mission Past soundtrack. Right, back to this guy, who is a fun guy. So when we enter here, Don't worry, I'll skip the cutscene. He's walking towards us, and then he does 1, 2. And I'm pretty sure that all of these combos are like separate attacks that are just weighted. This is just one attack, right? But that can happen at any point. And then we've got that one attack, and then he jumps back. Then he throws daggers. Throws hands. Does he do a quick like jump and slam in the ground when we're close by? That is the question. So that it's more like an overhead two-head smash. Whereas the jump in the ground is from far away. It's like here. Throws his daggers, and then does that jump. I don't believe he does that at close range. So what we've got going off in BT Enemy Marge is we check the distance that he is. So I think we should now. So that's when he's super far away. So that's between 1,000 and 1,500, this distance. And this is when he's close, between 100. Do I not have... This is his normal stuff here. Once he's done the gap closer, which is his like jumping forward attack, that goes on cooldown for 30 seconds. This is his leap back. Where he creates a distance and then throws his daggers. So that's fine. And he leaps back every time that we are close. My behavior tree looks like a mess. But it will be clean. So I don't like sub-trees when I'm testing stuff. Like, sub-trees are great. But I don't like them when I'm testing stuff because stuff gets chopped out and chucked in. And there's no point in doing that if you're testing stuff. The Eyes of P is on the list, man, but you know, since I've been doing game dev, I haven't really played many games. Which is sad. But I'm also a grown up, so priorities and all that. Like kids, job, family, missus, game dev. No time for games anymore. You want the most important conditions to be on the left. So when he dies, it stops the tree and stops everything happening. When he's seen, we're checking the distance and getting the location of the player. That allows us to do the stuff like if he's behind us, do some behind us attack. But when when the player's healing, we want to interrupt everything else and like stop healing. So we do a heal break attack. And we keep doing the heal breaks until, like, I could make it a random attack. So I can't remember what I've got as the random. I think I've got gap closer. Let me just check. Yeah, system, DTOs. Gap creator, heal break. I was on New Game 2. Mate, this is from a year ago. I only loaded it up recently. I loaded it up today, loaded in my old save, and then started New Game 2 and speed ran it all the way to Stormville Castle so I could record this. Like, it's ridiculous. Gap closer. So that is the big one there. So now when we go to heal, he'll either do a gap closer attack or he'll do a heal break, which is like just chucking a projectile. This should probably just be called projectile. And like the programming part isn't hard, it's the story that the boss takes and then adding in that element of randomness that makes it playable and fun. Well, I say fun, but Elden Ring, you know, it's difficult. So if we watch what happens here, he's not gonna. He does a spin attack. Like we know that happens because we're behind him. But then we've got 1, 2, a different attack, a new attack, a different attack, and then goes there. So it seems it's like random, but it can't be random. It's based on something. I mean, it could be random. No worries, man. I appreciate it. Hope you make something nice to eat. Will you allow the boss to self heal on cooldowns? No, but I can you can program it easily. Like I can include it. Like I'm fairly happy with the state of it now, like what happens and stuff, like the story it tells when it's having its fight, and how sort of predictable and stuff it is. So I'm kind of a bit in a position where I can either keep adding to it and making it more fun, more random, more interesting, or we can like add some different sort of mechanics and that to it. So it's difficult. I'm happy enough that when the player's healing, it attacks. If we're behind, it cancels out and does a different attack. And depending on what we're doing, it'll either do like this heavy attack here, or it'll jump back. Gap creator, set it, then do a gap closer. Choose between these two. I think I want that. And these get put on cooldown if we're super far away. Does this. The one thing that should be over here. And so like all of these are fine. But the one thing that really should be over here is this. Because if we've like managed to teleportation away, then we want this to cancel itself out. So this aborts all the lower priority, which is all this attack code and all of this strafe code as well. That's the one thing that we do want to change. So if we're super far away, he closes the gap. We probably want to make this random between 2. But every tutorial I've seen does a jump attack, and I kind of just want to make something different. And then when we go into phase 2, if we're not in phase 2, it does combo 1, combo 2. If we are in phase 2, then you can add a 4th combo. To that. Like, do we do? So do this as a sequence. And then we can randomize these combos. I mean, to be fair, I could just do this, a decorator, loop 3 times. So now it'll choose 3 random attacks out of combo 1, combo 2, and combo 3. So it could run combo 3 into combo 1 into combo 2. And that'll be fine. And it'll choose 3 separate attacks and run those. So we can see what that looks like by just running up to this dude. So there's one. No, that's our heavy attack, sorry. There's our throwing attack. 1 heavy attack. That heavy attack might need a longer cooldown actually. Might need to take the create space off. So what it'll do here is it will heavy attack and then check if we're in the distance and then leap back. I'm just going to disconnect this for the time being. And we'll up this heavy attack to 10 seconds. So leap back, long range attack, because he's further than he should be. Heavy attack. Keeps choosing the same one. Why is he choosing the same one? But now we've changed the character model, we might also need to change the acceptance distance because he's like passing through him. So in behavior tree, when we move into, change this to 25. And might need to change the EQS. No, it's random, so the spoilers for the tutorial that we're going to put out. We have this enum for like actions, and it just chooses a random action and assigns that to our attack. So anything that I put in here, like I could put in a new one here, like a dodge or something else, and it would just run that code as well. Like, it's super simple. The whole blueprint is super simple. That's the attack. That runs all of our attack logic. That's it. It's like 6 nodes. 6 nodes. And for anything else, so like the dodge, you can see a line trace because I want to check that it's still a good place to dodge back to. So that sets that, and then it motion warps the animation. So he can dodge like a fair distance. So if I put this into here, there is calculate leap back, promote this one to a variable, make it expose on spawn. So then if I put his leap back to be like 10,000, you'll see that he jumps a fair distance. Just checking that I've not missed it. There you go. Now he's doing it even further, but it's still the same animation. I've not changed anything to do with the animation. But now he's outside of the nav mesh. So that's like the bonus of using motion warping, is that I can just warp the animation to do the thing that I need. So now if I make it 500, he only jumps back that far. But the animation is still exactly the same. It's a cool little feature. Right. Suddenly got very dark. I don't feel like the attack thing is working as I expect it to. Is it just choosing one and then looping it, or is it running this code 3 times and looping it? There is an easy way of checking that. So we come off here, get btt print. Hey, yeah, one got to. You need to commit those changes to the thing, mate. Because I can't make any changes to the project until you've committed it. Commit it. Do it now. Well, don't do it now, but just do it so that I can do the AI stuff. Attack code. Oh no, it is. It's doing what I want it to do. So yeah, 3 random animations. Please, 3 random. Less than 200, more than that. Run EQS query. Move to. Do we need to check this EQS query? Radius is 175. 360 degrees. Distance to query. See, that's the bit that I'm thinking might be causing some issue. Straight. EQS test import. Oh. Yes, stop. Like, is that too close? Maybe then this acceptance radius should be like tiny. 5. Let's just move that over here a second. See. It's getting stuck here. It's getting stuck on set focus. Why is it getting stuck on set focus? Until an attack comes off cooldown. But we don't really want him to not be moving. He needs to be moving at all times. And set focus should always have a target actor to focus. That is a conundrum. What happens if we scrap the set focus? Does this fix the problem? Like we're just staring at each other. Until his thing comes off cooldown. I couldn't tell you why. Because I don't quite know. But if I move, then he moves. I wonder if it's got something to do with the AI component. AI perception, max age, 0, so never. Let's test that. Let's see what that looks like. Still staring at him. I'm going to stick this on a separate screen for a sec. If that gets stuck on the EQS query, which is getting the context actor, which is getting this Blackboard key. Okay, so if we do print here, print this off here, just to see if that is valid or invalid. That's fine there. Does its heavy attack, because that's the one that it's meant to do. So it knows. But the EQS just doesn't run the code. Why is that? Why does this fail? If this fails, that could be interesting. Later. I'm probably not going to see it because I've left on the other print. Heavy attack. Never fails. It just sticks in that location. How peculiar. If anyone's got any ideas, I'm all down to hear them. Because that one is a weird one. And why is it stuck? There. 4 places. Could be stuck anywhere and I'd be happy. Sticking there is not what I want. Right, EQS strafe. Let's have a look at this EQS. this up here for a sec. Context actor. EQS strafe. And the context actor is this one. Oh, there we go. So what happens if I mess with this and this becomes 10? Nothing. I think that might be why. Let's make this 5. Distance to query, because we're never at that point. Okay, let's test this. See, this is why I don't say that these streams are tutorials, because a lot of the time it's testing stuff out. Let's go. Still staring at me. Cannot for the life of me figure out. As soon as I move, it's all fine. But if I stand still and it goes into that EQS part, just here, it does not move until he does his heavy attack. Do we need it to strafe? Are we saying that we just don't need a strafe in this, like a basic attack? None of the attacks are like proper attacks. Get stuck here. Surely this has got to be more than 0.1 maybe? I don't think that's the problem, but that's his heavy attack. And then, yeah, it's on the EQS part. Just getting stuck. Can we? Change that. Move to location is fine. Is there a option for display in? Well, it's ticked, should be visible in game. There's no option for. Wait, no, there is. There is. We can. Oh, this is so hacky. I think it's the only way. Yeah, I want to know what the problem is. Like, yeah, your player shouldn't sit still, and once the whole thing's sorted, there'll be like knockbacks and all sorts. But the fact it doesn't do what I expect it to do is bugging me. Right, let's make a new task. This will be BTT debug sphere. TVXQ AI finish. Finish execute. Right, we don't want that. We want draw debug sphere. Duration 10. Center will be get blackboard value as vector, and then promote that to a variable. Success. So now we can do debug spear. Key will be the key that this updates, which is move location. And fingers crossed, we should start to see a spear appear. So there's a spear that appears. But then it kicks it out. Okay, maybe the issue is no, it's still just getting stuck on the EQS code. Trace data. Changes to like 200. Number of points 5. Arc angle. Yep. Circle center is the attack target. It's like it doesn't think there's anywhere to go, but it's so hard to debug in EQS. Like here it knows where it's going, but it's still staring at me. What if we do this? So that should force it to move to the target actor, and this one should then force it to move to its like other location. It's such a hacky way of doing stuff. Just want it to move into a different position. Which is kind of what it's doing here until this point. I just don't want there to be a break in the combat. The strafing isn't the problem. That's just him getting into a new position to go somewhere. Like that's not so much the issue. The issue is that it's a break in combat. So that when you're shielding you up close, that could be an issue. So like here, I'll be like, oh, I've got a shield, I've got a shield. You're not doing anything. Well, that's not really what we want to happen. We want the pressure to be on it to be like more dynamic. And the real way of doing dynamic stuff is using like EQS and that. But it just doesn't want to do it here. Mario. Yeah, no, that's fine. We know that the strafe works, but it's this EQS. It is this that is just not getting past to like then do something else, because we know that it's not doing this. Maybe March is getting too close. There. So this one's 50, and this one's 5, because this one's not actually moving to the player. This one's in to move to player. Nice one, mate. More ideas, the better. Like, don't ever apologize for shooting an idea or criticism. I am open to it all. I am no expert. The channel's called Zero to Game Dev because I am the zero. In the meantime, my Unreal crashed. Welcome to Game Dev. Yeah, been there, done that. It's not getting stuck here. It is just not running this. Because if it was, then we'd see this debug sphere more. So maybe I just don't understand EQS enough, which is definitely a thing. Projection data, trace disable, trace data, nav mesh trace. Do you know what that plugin on GitHub which integrates the gas? Yeah, the Polygon Hive one. I know of it. I don't know it in detail. I didn't create it, but I know of it. Oh, I can't know. It's fine. Number of points is fine. Oh, I can't go. No, because that's not doing anything. Yeah. Maybe the problem is in your cooldown BT node. What this? This is being called here. If I make this longer, so if I up the cooldowns here, that one won't ever get called because it's got something else on it. But if I up the cooldown, this one's behind, so this one's fine. So let's up the cooldown for his heavy attack to say like 50 seconds. And let's up the cooldown to this range one to 30 seconds. You know what? Actually, you may be onto something. You may be onto something. Executes, then stop executing which one of the children fails. So the question is, does this fail if every single one of these is on cooldown? Or does it, if every single one of these is on cooldown, then in theory this node will fail, which will make this sequence fail. Are they doing something specific in the cooldown? Yeah, it should be defaulting back over here. Because once everything is in cooldown, so this is like the attack loop. Here. And all of the attacks are handled here with all their cooldowns and what they're doing. And once each of these cooldowns is turned on, then this node should fail. And once that node fails, and all of these fail, which they will because they're not meeting the conditions, then this node should run. And we've seen that working, that it is running and going. It's just at a certain point, this EQS stops running. Or stops running regularly. And that is the problem. That is annoying to fix. So we run up to him. That's his heavy attack, so that now should be on cooldown for like 60 seconds. This is basic attacks. That loops 3 times. You know what? you might have been right. That's his heavy attack again. And then we're back to doing our angry boy attacks. I mean, that's better than what it. That's definitely better than what it was. You might have been right with the cooldown being 10 seconds. It stopped. So this is why you don't implement like all the damage stuff and all the fun stuff before you get the actual thing working. Because I can just sit here and I can run through its code and make it all work and stuff. So you should always have an invincible cheat turned on. Mine is just not doing that level of work right now. Look at that. If I run away... okay. But that, I think, might be to do with... this. No, I shouldn't do, because we got rid of it once I like walked it through. So once I walked it through in my head, once all of these fails, this selector fails, in which case then this bit's written off. And then this selector should go on to sequence. And I think now that that has been added, does that 3 random attacks. And then if I move, yeah, there we go. Nice. So yeah, that did fix it. Sorry, I went silent as I was contemplating. That was awesome, man. Thank you very much for your help. That was a team effort. Congratulations. I was so annoyed. But now I think we're there. Okay, so this great big idiot. What's he do? He's got this one swing, this tiny dagger swing, and then this highly telegraphed attack swing as well. But then you go up to him again and you get a different... Is that the same highly telegraphed attack swing? 1, 2... No, that's one hand into overhand swing. And that's a bigger one. But they look the same, but they're not. And then he'll do another swing and then do a jump back. So that's what I mean about we need to add some sort of random variance to this. We know that whenever we're behind him, he does that tail swing. That's 1, 2, and then into a different attack. But I think we've probably got enough to do a... I don't know why I called them combo, that's so disingenuous. So we do basic, or just attack 4. And then attack 5. And we can just add so then we can just add an attack 4, then attack 5 here. And we just need to go to our Demon Lord animations. He already comes with like some animations as well, which is cool. You know, in Elden Ring, they don't actually have hit reactions on the bosses. Like, stop beating him up here a bit because I get a bit bored. But it's like here, I'm doing damage. No hit reaction, not breaking anything. I do break his guard and stuff, but there's no like flinching or anything. There's just the standard stagger stuff. Well, that was fun. That attack. And that attack. So then back in BT attacks, and randomize this even more. Attack 4, attack 5. So I don't think I turned root motion on for those attacks. Right, who broke it? Who broke it? Did I break it? What did we do to break it? Because it was working. We know it was working because we tested it. You know what we could do, which would be ridiculously fancy, is we could do a motion warp to like a location where it would just be like the hammer hitting. Yeah, see? Why? Why do you break here? But then you're fine here. Who not? No. You get an access non-in-item BP pickup and BP item pickup chest because the player controller and pawn are no initialization. Tried forcing and possessing the character BP, but it didn't work. Any tips to align Gasp ALS with Inventory System Pro from Fab? I have no idea what Inventory System Pro is, so no. But in terms of why does the item pickup and the pickup chest reference your player controller or your pawn? What's the reasoning behind that? They shouldn't need a reference to anything at all until they're overlapped with or picked up with. Surely. There's no... Yeah, I can't think of a reason why I would need my item to know about my player until it gets picked up. He's still breaking. That's odd. Yeah, it's odd for me too. I don't get it. Like, it seems fine up to a certain point. Runs for his combo, does everything here. That's fine. Let's check the behavior tree. Let's do the behavior tree on this side. So it'll do it fine, and then I'll start to move. And then it won't. So this is fading. So it's less than 200, but this is acceptable 5. And if I move closer, it'll go fine. Okay. Right, okay, so in the EQS, we want this to be minimum 200. Because that's the distance that this thing has. So actually I'm just going to make this 201 just to not be a pain in the ass. This is why people hate behavior trees / AI, just in general. Does that run away for a little minute? I don't want to say it seems it's fixed, but like it seems it's fixed, but I don't want to say that in case it breaks and then it's not fixed. Like, but it seems to be doing. Seems to be doing better, right? I would say. Yeah, I think that is. Don't break on me now. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that is fixed. And then we're gonna cry when it doesn't work next time. I think that the EQS being at 200 wasn't gonna help it. Maybe at 201 it chooses one that is always gonna be right. So does that mean that this... Okay. Okay. You see how this is less than 200? And this distance we had set to 200. So I don't think that these two were speaking to each other properly. So maybe this should be less than or equal to 200. And then when it's at 200, that will work. That seems to be the most sensible reasoning that I can think of. This always prefers the smaller distances. That's why we've inversed it. So it prefers the lesser. So it always prefers like the 200s rather than the 5000s. But the 5000 is its maximum range that it's effective. I feel like that is the reasoning. I feel better now that I know what I think is the reasoning. What an interesting conundrum that was. Right. Okay. So now we could do duplicate EQS strafe, EQS attack warp. Now we do need to test this. So we need to get the US attack warp, and I need to set the context target to be better. So this up here. Okay, so if our character is here, then I don't want it to go here, I just want it to go to the closest one. So let's get rid of EQS strafe so I don't get confused. Points to generate 2. No, that's not going to work. Points to generate 3 in a 90-degree arc. In a minus 90-degree arc. Okay. 90, 180, 270. What's 180 look like? Okay. Oh, wait a sec. No, this is wrong. Context query. No. Attack target. No. Attack target is right. And so what we want to do is find like a point where we know that actually our attacks are like going to line up with our enemy, but I don't want it to be too far over. So maybe 360 is the correct call. 360. Yeah, circle radius to be 175 seems fine, but let's make these points 10 instead, so we've got lots of options. So that's good. So now what will happen is our enemy will should, once we've like fixed it properly, warp to the closest point, and that will stop him like moving past us or moving through us. But we need to get the closest point. So instead of inverse linear, we can do linear, but that would choose this one. So actually it is inverse linear. Inverse linear, drop the distance. Okay, so this one on the distance, we want it to be between like 1. And that will then choose the closest point is closest to our target, and motion warp is over to that, in theory. I don't think I even need this path exists. I don't. Just want the closest point. But when we start our attack, move to it, and then that's how we can like display that the hammer is hitting on an attack. So I can just force him to run. It's like here. So that would be kind of perfect, right? He would motion warp over to this or backwards to this, and that would slot him in the correct position to do an attack, and would just look like decent. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set that up. So we want to run an eQuest query. Run eQuest query. Attack warp. Single best item. The blackboard key is the target actor. Oh no, that's the result. That's my bad. Whoopsie. The move location. That's the target key. Just look and see if that's going to interrupt anything. I don't think it will. And then we can do where is it? Not calculate lead back. Not random location. Gap closer maybe? No, this one might need to be a bespoke one. Okay, custom event. Motion warp to attack. Placement. Just grab these nodes, and we want these two nodes as well. What target rotation? So then we just want the location, and that to be our attack placement. Pardon, save that. So then once we've got our attack placement node, that's fine. So we need to call that from somewhere. So we need a new task. BTT task, so BTT attack placement. And this is simple, just gets receive execute AI, get component by class, gets our attacks component, then calls motion warp to attack placement, finish execute, or else it will get stuck, which is just a pain. Blackboard values. Blackboard as vector. Then we promote this to a variable. And instance editor and expose on spawn. And then BTT attack placement. Move location is the same here. Make sure our context actor is set up properly. Should see a change. Oh, no, we shouldn't, because we're not calling our motion warping in here. So we'll add a notify track. Add state motion warping. And we want to warp our location while we're doing that movement. So just there. Get our attack placement node. And we're not bothered about our rotation. We're going to ignore the z-axis and we're just going to go smoothly in and out. I'm going to copy that. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is go back to the data table. This was combo 1. Go back to our behavior tree and just force it to do combo 1 the entire time. Did I get that right? Combo 01. Don't want to warp translation or the rotation. Why are you doing that? Yep. Now all of that should be well, I mean, we have fixed something but created some other problem. Oh, what an idiot. I know what I've done. Use animation blueprint, Demon Lord. Wow. Okay. So maybe for this one, it would be better if the radius was like 200. Might have to try and make that radius a parameter. It just moves too far forward. Make that true. Let's make this 500. That might be too far. AI, man, you just gotta play with it. There's no super simple way. Like if you want to build something good, you have to play with it to make it good. Two, 2, 5. There we go. So now it always feels like it's on target. It's always doing like a slight rotation to a new one. Yeah, that's cool. Might be a bit much. What if we just up this by 20? Like that is smacking me in the head. But it's like more on target. Like if I don't do this, then the result is great node. The result doesn't really look polished. Like he's there. Like I could turn off the root motion on the actual animation and they would just be in place. Maybe that'd be a better result. Like, then he just jumps back. Like there's some forward motion on the animation, which doesn't seem to be there on. So like, that just looks awful. The root motion is better, but it's this step through here that creates a problem. So having this heavy attack. Having this does look better, maybe? I don't know. Opinions are 100% welcome. Because we can always run different Oh yeah, like once this ground is not funky, there's sound effects and all sorts. Like effects do a huge job of masking stuff. Like it's ridiculous. I think there's a part here where he does like a random move or something. I can't remember. I've definitely had it where he just turned around for a random reason. Right now, we're watching gameplay of me trying to learn as many attacks of Magrit as possible. While I figure something else out. Okay, there we go. Right, so now if we add back in combo 2, combo 3, I can control when they so if we add a notify track here and then motion warp, like just do, let's go. So motion warp this up to that point there, and then afterwards is all forward motion. What do you mean? It 100% does. Motion warping window in anim doesn't specify a valid warp target name. Okay, just do this then. The warp target names are just names. On Unreal is just like, no, we don't want to do that. Okay. Good for you, man. The more channels, the better. Everyone should have a channel. It's just good fun. Oh, so now the warp target is valid. I am the confusion. Unreal be doing Unreal stuff. But why? You know, not going to question it. Just going to keep on trucking. This one doesn't like motion warping. Okay. CO102 RM montage. No, this one hates motion warping. No idea why. Has it been added to this one? Yes. Was it fine? Yes. You know which one I really do want to add it to? I want to add it to this gap closer. So that is already motion warping, but it's motion warping to the actor's location. Might change that. Let's just insert a new notify track. Let's see what happens when we are at distance. That's the leap back. That's the gap closer. Let's check the attack placement here. Let's run. See, this is where you gotta remember what you're doing. Run EQS query. The attack warp. The key that we're trying to put it into is our move location, which means that this placement is also move location. Look at that. We're wizards. So this should be more accurate. Which it seems to be. Now that does look just a lot better. You can see there's like an animation in here that doesn't belong. And you can notice which one it is once it happens. That one. And that one's not been fixed yet. That gap closer is good. So I think that if I can figure out what the heck is going on with that animation, this one, not the same as these two aren't the same, are they? No, one moves a lot more than the other one. Okay. So we might have to find a different animation for that. Throwing aliens. We don't really want a demon lord that's got a twin sword, do we? Cool sword, anims v3. Root motion. Attack. Common attack. That's a jump attack. Combo attack. That one will do. That one seems a bit ridiculous. That one will do. So root motion's activated. Where are we? Want to put a montage motion warp here. But why? Oh. So it's like, no, I hate it, no, I hate it, no, it's fine. Okay, well that's super annoying. Right, there we go. So now we can see that something's not updated. That one's fine. That one shouldn't exist anymore. And let's move this motion warping up to here so it stays where it is. Might have to be for the whole thing. Like, or maybe we'll just get rid of this animation. Yeah, what's good, man? I'm good. We are working through our AI behavior tree and trying to finish off this project so we can make a proper tutorial rather than just messing around and figuring stuff out. I think we're in a good spot. Like, chat's been super helpful, and I think we're getting to a good place, which is cool. There's a few things we need to do, but like, it's in a good spot. And we're using lots of good like motion warping and some cool animations and all sorts. Except that animation that's happened 3 times shouldn't happen. That one's good. That one's like on target for our player, so it looks sensible. That one's good too. That one is just god awful. It's just because it moves forward so much. So, how do we? Because I'm using 5.4 and state trees was supported in 5.4, but it wasn't as supported as it is in 5.6. 5.6 or 5.5. So my project's in 5.4, and there's more support for behavior trees. Like if I get stuck, who do I turn to if there's no support for state trees? Do you know what I mean? Like, but what we'll do is we'll finish this in behavior trees, and then we'll probably transport it into state trees so that I can use it. I don't want to create. It's easier to like just get inspired by the Dark Souls or Elden Ring AI because it's already there and I already know what it is and stuff. But making your own AI is just a pain in the ass. Right. Okay. So we're happy with that. We'll sort out the motion warping stuff off camera a little bit. Let's get a words that I cannot think. Get a blueprint class of an actor. BP trigger. And then let's get a collision. And this will need to be big. And then box, add an event, on component begin overlap, other actor, yeah, player character, French, spawn actor, from class, and async, load class asset, uncompleted, put that into there. Yeah, I forgot I did it. Write to a variable. Write to a variable. And then spawn transform. Get a billboard. Can I get a billboard? Billboard. That'll be movable. So we can just get transform. Transform. Cool. Okay, so get rid of this guy. Get rid of this. BP trigger box. Still not big enough. Okay, so if I aim for the white box, I should be alright. Get this billboard and move over here. Put it at the end point. Do this. Select this. I have not made any of these blueprints. Instance editor space on spawn. So let's see. You know when I do something and I'm like, where's the thing that I'm expecting to see? And it's not there. Confuses me. Compile that and save it. Go back here. Details. There we go. Bloody hell, that was annoying. Enemies. Baddie. Magrit. So it tells me that didn't spawn. Why did you not spawn? If the other actor that overlaps the box is the player, then we start asyncing the class. Yes. So I had a breakpoint here. Cool. This spawned at 000. So it's not the world location. It's a relative transform? It still spawns at 000. Why? But why? Let's see. Like, it should be get world transform, right? Just want the location of the billboard in the world. And see where it is. But both of these are bringing back zeros. Always spawn, ignore collision. Like, it's definitely spawning. And it's doing an attack. So it's spawning somewhere. Where's my enemy, bro? Maybe we do just make it a scene. Both of these are returning 000. Get world transform, get relative transform of the scene component. You what? Get actor location. Get actor location. This should just like spawn directly on top of me. That works. It's the wrong behavior tree for a start. There we go. Why the transform stuff doesn't work or is funky. Get location. So I want to be able to say whereabouts in the world it is. What? Well, I don't remember giving anyone a heads up. Anything? What? Confuzzled, mate. What do you mean? Are you trying to? What are you making him C++? There we go. For whatever reason, so like getting the transform doesn't work, but getting the location does. The actual Jeff. Find look. Get out to location. Get out to location. And find look at rotation. And let's get it out to location here. So now he should spawn facing me. Well, he doesn't want to speak to me. He's giving me the cold shoulder. Just doesn't like me. What the hell? Alright, okay. Let's swap those around. Yeah, there we go. See? Now he knows who I am. He's facing me now. Yeah, it's crazy how well, it's not crazy, it's just computers, but one like apostrophe or misplaced thing and you're just like, no, that's ended. Hello mate, how's it going? I have got your message, I just haven't had time to have a look yet. It is on my list of stuff to do, I promise you. So now we destroy this actor because we don't want it spawning. So this is our fog gate. We walk in here, fog gate activated, enemies activated. Does a weird bunny hop. Starts going ham. And I want to restrict his thing to only be into the left or the right. I don't want him to like walk all the way around. Why is he not doing his gap close? He should be putting out a gap close attack right about now. I don't know what they do. They're fun though. I don't know what the emojis do, but they are interesting. I need to move this behavior tree to the side of the screen to be able to check what the heck's going on. It's this second row here that we need it to get into. It's cooled down for 30 seconds. Now it's off cooldown. Should jump into it. But it's obsessed with going into Oh, the horses. Why are you obsessed with going into that? So here, so you should be doing this here as soon as we are out of the distance. Out to distance to player. Then we should be going into this. Okay, maybe the less than is do 5,000. Yeah, he pops it, but he never goes into it. The EQS. There we go. That's why. So he's doing his attack. So we fixed that bit, but this will be because it's got 2 ocean warping. I was hoping it would ignore the second one. There we go. That's better. We are flying now, ladies and gents. Alright. Quickly nip to fab. Pardon me. Grab King Boar's core systems. If you don't have a core system, then get King Boar's core systems. Alright, so now base enemy. This is not a problem. We want to add a health part here. PC health. And then on health changed. We want to call the widget. So would you create widget? Probably need a new one, honestly. Where's core systems? File system. Core system. These shouldn't exist, but we'll deal with that another day. 3 BP boss. Off. Then we want to what do we want to do? Wrap this with an overlay. And wrap it again with a horizontal means going left to right. We want vertical box. Vertical box. And then we want some text. And then this needs to go somewhere. Wrap this with a border. Does that give me the option of no? And then face with child. This vertical box, we want it padded 100? No. 500. 600. 6,000. That might be a bit much. 800. This whole like fat balls thing that I keep seeing, man, I covered that ages ago. Covered that so long ago. And 500. 800. 1,000. Sweet. Now this bar needs to be a lot bigger. So this box needs to be big. Wait a second, if I just zero this out, I hate widgets. Widgets are so fiddly. And it goes down there. And then I just like shimmy it around. Progress bar needs to be bigger. I don't want to use a canvas panel. Might have to just use a canvas panel. Wrap with canvas panel. Figure this out. Face with child. Undo that. Overlay. Replace with child. There we go. Canvas panel. Vertical box. And I can just make this as big as I want it. Does need to be red though. We can't have not be red. Text block. Middle. This will be boss name. I can do construction. Boss name. Set text. This will be like boss name text. Name. Instance editor expose on spawn. Right, so that should then be our boss. Health. Boss name. Should be able to get from here. I could just add it to the viewport. And then I do need to promote this to a variable, which is fine. When the health is changed, we can call a message, which is set health percentage message. And then just so that we can update the health straight away, just call increase health. Set health here. That didn't work. On event beat. Oh, you actual turd. You know why it didn't work? Because I put it on the wrong enemy. Alright, so we will grab all of this fun stuff. Stick it here. There we go. Except his health is set to 0. That's not what I want. Oh, because I've not actually set his health in here. There we go. Sweet. So that is that bit sorted. But inside our health, we want to calculate the health percentage. And then here we can do compare float. Compare it with 50. So if he gets to 50%, then we can change him into phase 2 of our character. So it's equal or less than 50%. We can do this event dispatcher here that says on phase 2 reached. Call that here, so equal or less than 50%. Get rid of base enemy, we don't need that. BP Marge on phase 2 reached. We can just set her booleans, which sounds wrong. What's this key name? Is alive. I think I just kept changing the key name. Like, this one's healing. This one is to make a noise so that it knows I'm healing. This one is alive, I just kept changing it. So, BPC health, BPC March, on phase 2 reached. Just change that to a ball. This key name will be phase 2, or whatever I called it in here. Not in here. In here. Phase 2, an original naming convention by me. That. Wow, man. 2 seconds. I've got to stand up because my body aches to get that exercise slash get the blood flowing. Oh man, what's everyone working on? What are you working on today? What's the crack, man? I need some music on this. We'll put some music on it. Fluid motion integration into several things. That's is that using chaos fluid, whatever it's called? Ninja fluid. That was called? What's the fluid plugin? It was like free, but it's now super expensive. Uh, so PP Marge. I'm dead. Just need to then set this to be dead. No, it needs to be a different key name. This will be phase 2 key. And this is dead. Which I think I've called is alive. So then rather than doing like, we can do this and get component by class. No, we can just do like damage. Pretty sure people do, yeah. I'm taking any damage, nice. Alright, let's right click, test that some of this works. There we go, we're reducing him by half. Phase 2 basic attacks, top left corner. Let's kill him. Dead. Stops his movement. Doesn't stop his focus though. Why are you trying to set the ball as the return value? Just do it once here. Yeah, right, we've got a problem with you're modeling a hospital. I mean, that sounds fun. Like, I can't model for toffee. The current health and the max health is compare with 50. Oh shoot, I know what I'm doing wrong here. I bet this is printing between 0 and 1 in it. Yep. And this doesn't like the phase 2 key. Phase 2 basic attacks. This guy's dead. No more errors. Life is good. Except the focus. Task. Unset focus. Oh. Sorry. 3 hours of programming UI and talking. A bit much. Right. Let's try this again. Oh, that's that great, like, Spider-Man thing. Phase 2 basic attacks. He's dead. He doesn't rotate to me anymore. Life is good. And we also want on dead. Simulate physics. Enable physics. Ooh. Doesn't actually do that though, does it? Like when he dies, there's no physics or anything enabled, he just dies. Plays a just plays an animation. So I don't need to enable physics. Thank God, I hate physics. Play animation. Does the ogre dude have a he's got like an injured animation, but does he have a dead animation? Walk back, idle. He does, he has a death animation. Mate, that's like perfect. But that, yeah, I can trigger it again, but damn, man. I had to sort out the capsule because, but I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Play animation. Then we want to get rid of this. Remove parent and the capsule. Set collision. Enabled, no collision. This might cause him to fall through the world, but let's make sure. I don't think the Elden Ring ones have different ones. Like when they die, I think they just die. Because they don't have hit reactions. Apologies for the awful quality here, but like as soon as I start smacking him around, in a minute, when I stop being scared. Come on. Oh, here we go. So like, I've done damage to him, but there's no reaction here. And then more damage, but just no reactions at all. So I don't think they have hit reactions, or at least they're not bothered about them. Like the lower level enemies, yeah, they 100% do. But these big, massive bosses, I don't think they do. Like he doesn't even flinch when I'm like smacking him. I mean, why would you? He's like 10 foot tall. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Like on that one. That's his health, that's his thing. What do we need to do? He's only going to enter phase 1 the one time. So, this is his death stuff. This is his when we're healing. Give me a sec. You don't want to hear me coughing down the mic. So if I do another sequence here and do just a play sound. There's a play sound here. Do I have sounds?
No, not yet.
Yeah, we've got sounds. They're bad sounds, but we've got them. And say that this is phase 2. And this aborts lower priority. So then this guy should play a sound when we reach 50%.
No.
That's not what we want. We don't want that. Because we only want to do once. Oh, this. So, because it's a sound, we don't even need to play it here. We could just play it in just here. Play sound.
Hello.
Location. Dude, get out to location here. And then just play the sound for the one that we want.
I don't have the mana.
And that'll just play it once, I would hope.
I need more mana.
It doesn't actually. There we go. So that'll do the thing, do the dead. Sweet. Progress has been made, and that at 3 hours. At 3 hours is probably where I'm going to call it quits.
3 hours.
And get absolutely told off. All right. Have a good one, guys. I will see you next time. Hopefully, we'll have this finished off, and then we can turn it into a proper like walkthrough tutorial for you guys as well.